Problems facing human capital formation, we wrote poverty.
Okay, poverty you did. Okay. Okay, so now let's just start with the next topic, which is this. Human capital formation in India. State of. State means condition. Okay, so ma'am, what is the condition of human capital formation in India? So if I'll ask you what is the condition of the students studying in 12th class, so you will either say ma'am it's good, or you will say either it's bad, right? So similarly, or for example, if someone is asking me about the report, that ma'am what is the, for example, parents, right? Ma'am, what is the report of my child? Okay, so I will say that he need to improve in maths, he need to improve in science, like this. Okay, so if someone will ask you what is the state of human capital formation in India, you will say this, that there is a need for government intervention in education and health sector. So in India, basically what is the situation, that government need to do intervention in two sectors. One is health and one is one is education and one is health. Okay, why in only in these two fields? Because in order to convert a human to human capital, these two sectors are very very important. Okay, so government need to intervene. See, why government need to intervene? For example, I am a person. Now these are the reason why government need to intervene. So now the question, the answer for why is these 2 points. First, expenditure on education and health makes sustainable long-term, substantial long-term impact, and they cannot be easily reversed. Hence, government intervention is essential. For example, today I constructed a building, right? This is a school, maybe. Okay, then this is a long term thing, right? Students will be joining the school, and nobody can destroy it for maybe, I think, hundreds of years, right? So it's a long term investment. For example, I bought a car, right? That car will be something after 3 to 4 years, it will be outdated or maybe deprived. But a school or a health sector, hospital, they will be a long term, like it will be benefiting the people in long term as well. Okay, so that's why government should do expenditure on health and education sector. Then second, see, there are two types of sector. One is government sector and one is your public sector, right? So government sector is basically cheaper as compared to the private sector. Okay, not public. Government and public are the same thing. Private sector. Okay, so see, in India, like in a developing country like ours, you will not write ours, you will write India. Okay, so in a developing country like India, with a large section of population living below the poverty line, many of them cannot afford access to basic education and healthcare facilities, right? So for example, if everywhere will be the private hospital and private school, nobody, because I'm poor, I cannot afford the higher education, like that much expensive education and the expensive healthcare, right? So I will never go to school, and I will never go to hospital for the treatment, right? So therefore government need to intervene, and government need to construct more and more government schools and more government hospitals, so that, because why? Because in India, most of the people are below poverty line, and over here, if you will not, if you will not do investment in government sector like the education and the health sector, then nobody will be, you cannot convert human to human capital, right? So these are the reasons why why there is a need for government innovation in education and health sector. If I'll ask you what is the state of human capital formation in India, you will just simply say, ma'am, there is a need, right? There is a need, there is a need for government intervention. Then I ask you why there is a need. So you will answer, ma'am, because of these 2 points. These are the reasons. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, others?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you will quickly write it down. Hashtag state of human capital formation in India, and you will write this. There is a need of government intervention in education and health sector, and then you will write why, right? And then you will write first point and the second point. Okay, be very very quick.
Done, ma'am.
Others done?
Yes, ma'am.
Amos and Pranav?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Okay. Okay, now basically, say in India, there are various organization or you can say department for the education. So what you will write, education organization, EDU means education organization in India. Okay, so these are, first is this NCRT, okay, which is National Council of Education Research and Training. Second is UGC, which is University Grant Commission. Third is All India Council of Technical Education, which is AICTE. Okay, so these are basically first, second, and third. These are the various education organization in India. Okay, and similarly for health sector, there is one organization. So what you will write? You will write health organization in India. Okay, so it is India Council for Medical Research. Okay, this is first. So see, sometimes they can ask you what is the full form of NCRT or AICT like this, or they can ask you to write few organization, education related department or organization in India like this. Okay, quickly write it down. What you will write? You will write hashtag education organization or slash department in India, and similarly for health.
Done, ma'am.
Boys done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now this health organization in India, the only one, Indian Council for Medical Research.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Everyone done, right? So
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
just start with the new topic. Next is education sector in India. So this is the last topic of our entire chapter. Okay. So education sector in India. So ma'am, what is this education? First of all, the first question is, ma'am, what is education? Right. So education implies the process of learning at three levels. That is primary, secondary, and higher level of education. So this is basically the thing. So what you will write? You will write hashtag education sector in India, and after that you will make a dot over there, and then you will like hashtag will be this, and then you will write like this, that education, okay, and the definition for education.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, so sorry students, actually I lost networks. Can you see my screen now? And am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I hope everyone wrote this education.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's just do next thing. Okay. Ma'am, see, whenever there's a growth in education expenditure on education in India, see, basically, if I'll ask you what is the status of education in India, so you will say, ma'am, there is a growth in government expenditure on education in India. But then I'll ask you, okay, if there is a growth, then how can you tell us that, like, what are the areas where government is spending? Okay, sorry. So first of all, government expenditure on education is expressed in two ways. First, the percentage of government expenditure and as a percentage of gross domestic product. So over here, how much government is spending in total? That is known as percentage total. But for example, this is your GDP. Out of this entire GDP, how much you are contributing to the education sector? That is your gross domestic product. Clear?
Yes, ma'am, but your
Yes, ma'am.
voice is a bit laggy.
Okay, okay. I don't have good networks right now. Because I lost networks. Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, it's fine.
Okay. Then next thing is that this. In 2009, the government of India enacted a Right to Education Act. Okay, over here under this Right to Education Act, what you can like either you can get one marker from here. What do you understand by Right to Education Act? This means that all the children who are under 6 to 14 years, right, they will be getting the free education from government side. Okay, and then next is this. Government of India also start levying a 2% education cess on all union taxes. The revenue from education cess has been earmarked for spending on elementary education. So for example, whatever tax you are paying, out of your entire tax, 2% will be contributed to the education sector, like the elementary education. So these were the basically two steps which government of India did, and that's why you can say that government expenditure in education has increased. So what you will write? You will write hashtag growth in education, government expenditure on education in India. Then this, then these two things, and then these 2 points. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
Then, ma'am,
Okay, everyone done?
Yes, ma'am.
So let's just start with the next one, which is your education achievements in India. Now you already know that, ma'am. Okay, if as you told us that government is spending more on education sector, so of course government should be achieving something, right? For example, if you are studying a subject again and again, you are investing more time. Earlier you were studying 1 hour, but now you are studying 2 hours. So of course there will be some achievement, right? So education achievement in India. So generally, education achievement in country are indicated by three terms. So first is adult literacy rate, second is primary education completion rate, and third is your youth literacy rate. Okay. So this is the table you can see. Right. So over here, what is happening? It was 61.9. Now it increased. It was 37.9. Now it's increased. Here also, like you can see, a increase in everything. Adult literacy, primary education, as well as youth literacy rate, right? So we will first understand one by one what is this. So first is, ma'am, what is this adult literacy rate? So adult literacy rate refers to the ratio of literate adult population to the total adult population in a country. So for example, in a country you have 100 adults. Okay, in a country you have 100 adults, for an example. Okay, so these are the 100 people. Okay, but out of this 100 people, not everyone is literate, right? Adults are basically the 18 plus, right? So out of this, only 20 people were literate. So this is adult literacy rate. These 20 people are basically the literate. This is why the adult literacy rate is 20%. Okay, similarly, over here, in the case of males, the adult literacy rate increased from 61.9 to 82%, and in case of female, it increased from 37.9 to 66%. Okay, and second is primary completion rate. Ma'am, what is this primary completion rate? Basically, it refers to percentage of students completing the last year of primary school. See, most of the students, what they do enroll themselves in the schools, right? But they don't complete their studies, right? So this is the problem. Okay, so that is known as, in the students, for example, 20 people took admission, right? But only 5 people completed. So what is the ratio? 5. This 5 is your primary completion ratio. So in case of male, it increased from 78 to 93, and in female, it increased from 61 to 96. Okay, then coming to the third one, which is your youth literacy rate. So ma'am, what is this youth literacy rate? You know youth, right? So it is the percentage of people in the age group of 15 to 24, right? The students, or the people who are in between 15 to 24, they are known as youth. Okay, who can, and now you know who is youth. Ma'am, our youth is who is in between 15 to 24. Okay, and who is literate? Literate means who has basic understanding and who can read and write a short simple statement on their daily life, everyday life. That person is known as literate. Youth literacy rate. So in case of male, youth literacy rate increased from this 76.6% to 93%, and in case of female, it increased from 52%, 54.2% to 90%. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what you will write? You will write this: education achievement in India, hashtag education achievement in India, and then you will write generally education achievement in India are indicated in terms of. Okay, then you will write terms of till here. Okay, and then you will write this first. Okay, then second. Okay, and third. Clear? No need
Yes,
to
ma'am.
draw the table, because over there you are itself explaining the table. So quickly write it down: education achievement in India till here, and then first, second, third from the like last paragraph.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
This one also, Jenna.
No, ma'am. That.
Okay, okay.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. I hope everyone done.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So after this, you have one more topic. Okay, that you will be doing in your homework. This is okay. So first of all, you all will take the screenshot. Take it. Done.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So basically, this is the importance of education, right? So over here, you have 7 or 8 importance, right? So out of this, you will only write 5. Whatever you feel like you are good, like you feel like you can easily remember. Though they won't be asking you importance of education, but in case if they, they gave you the question like this, they won't be asking you directly write the importance of education. They can ask you why the government should, do investment in education sector. So at that time, you will write the importance. This why government should invest in the education sector, because it helps in developing necessary skills and knowledge, right? Like this. So let me just explain you. So first is it helps in developing necessary skills and knowledge essential for the smooth functioning of the economy. Okay. Second, because of education, like if you are going to take education, if you are investing in education, then it will provide you knowledge to understand change in society and scientific advancement. Okay, and because of this, you will go through invention as well as innovations. Okay, then next it develops mental horizon of the masses and help in promoting rational thinking of the people. Then next, it enables greater participation of the people in the growth process of the economy. So when you will educate someone, they will you are going to convert them from human to human capital. So what they will do, they will help or they will contribute in the progress of economy. Then promote by promoting education, social levels come to irradiate, like the people who were the social evils, the negative thoughts. See, for example, most of the crimes educated people do or uneducated people do. Of course, the people who don't have job, they everyone wants money, and in order to complete their desires and everything, they go to the evil side, right? So this is what you, if you want to stop all this, then you should invest in the education sector. Plus income. For example, earlier I was a human, now I am I'm a human capital, so I will earn. So that will be a income source for me, and I can improve my standard and the quality of life. Then, with education and training, economic weaker sections can get themselves engaged in gainful employment. So they can also get a gainful employment from this. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you can write any 5, whatever you feel like you can remember it for longer period of time, right? Because they won't be asking you directly, but they will be asking you why government should, do investment in this sector. So these are the reasons. Clear?